Hi, I am Life Coach Patricia Booker with Kingdom Business, where we are empowered, where we heal, get delivered, and we get free. We elevate our minds and our spirits, we raise and expand our consciousness, and we know who we are to ultimately walk into our true divine purpose. That is who God created us to be, who we really are, that is. And so in today's video, I want to talk to you about GODIFESTATIONS. You need God to receive your manifestations. And so when we speak of manifestations, we are usually talking about those things that we desire, those things that we want, those things that we are looking to accomplish, whether it be a great relationship, wealth, a new, better house, a better job, or a certain specific job that you want. Whatever it is, a child. Some people may be looking to have a child and they may have been having difficulties with it, or maybe not, but that's something that you want to do. So you do the work to manifest it. And as we know, there are certain things that we do, such as speaking it, affirming it, declaring it, visualizing it, feeling it, and ultimately aligning with it. When we do all these things, it helps us to align with it. Whatever it is that we're desiring, whatever it is we're looking to manifest. And so the thing is this: we need God to manifest in a way where we're manifesting what God has for us. And so what do I mean by that? Okay, manifest. Manifest says man. Ifest. That's man manifesting. God ifest is God manifests. God is manifesting. So the idea is for you to manifest, Godifest, what it is that God has for you, opposed to what you may be desiring for yourself, because through your ego. What do I mean by that? So sometimes people want things because they think it'll make them happier. They think it'll make them important. They think it will give them a certain status they need. And all of these things usually stem from a place of insecurity, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like if you have this, you will be good enough. You will be seen. So the thing is that when you're coming from that kind of a place, that is not manifesting, Godifesting the proper way, the way God has created for you to do it. Because we are creators with God. We are co-creators with God. So the idea is to co-create with God and many a times with others what it is He has for us, what it is He desires for us. What is our purpose? What is God's purpose for us? What is our mission? What mission does God have us on? What is it that God wants us to ultimately do and be? And, what are our areas? Those are the things that we want to put our attention on when we think of manifesting. We want to really Godifest. We want to manifest, Godifest what it is God has for us. So the thing is, you may have some successes and accomplish some things when you're manifesting on your own desires, your own whatever it is you wanting. That's not in correlation or in alignment with what it is God has for you and who He created you to be. You may have some accomplishments. You may even succeed some. Because the truth of the matter is, because we are extensions of God, because God did create us in His likeness and in His image, that we have Him in us. So we have access to the power within us, which is Him in us. So we may succeed at that. And if you have will and you have drive and you believe that you can manifest these things and you do the work, you will have some successes. The thing is, many a times you won't be happy with it. You'll always need something else, where it's nothing wrong with wanting more, because when you manifest on one level, you step it up, and now you working to manifest, GODIFEST something else. The thing is, in this case, when you're on your own, manifesting out of your flesh or out of your ego, you're never satisfied with nothing that you get. So you're always on the wheel spinning to get something to make you happy, that you perceive will make you happy. Because when you manifest here, you may have succeeded at manifesting because you put in a lot of the work. Yet that was not what God had for you. And so you may manifest because you perceive it'll make you happy. It'll make you feel important. It'll make you feel better. It'll make you whatever. It'll give you the status that in your mind you think you need. And obviously you think that matters. But what happens is when you get it, you still feel the void. It's not enough. That's because that may not be what God has for you. And or you're not doing it in alignment with what he has for you. You have to check in with God to see what he has for you, what it is that he purposed for you. And that's what you want to manifest. You want to manifest what God has for you. Because when you manifest what God has for you, or that's what you're working at, what he has for you, he helps you with that. Opposed to if you're on your own, just using the power within without his overall assistance and his backing, you may succeed slightly. But it's kind of like you disconnected from God and his purpose. Now you're on the right track, because the very fact that you're looking to manifest is a wonderful thing. Because again, God created us to create, to get things done, to manifest, GODIFEST. But again, the idea is to get in touch with what God has for you. Get in touch with his purpose for you, what he created you to be. And in many cases, what he purposed in you and what your mission is, as far as what you do for work or how you make your money, doesn't really, I don't want to say it doesn't really matter unless God gives you specifics about what he's moving you to do. And he always has his reasons for that, because he's God. He knows what he's doing. He has a plan, the master plan. I like to say he is the master plan. He don't only have the master plan. He is the master plan. He is God. And so I'm saying all that to say, sometimes it's just about being who God created you to be and serving the purpose that he created you to service. But it just doesn't matter in what way or what industry, what field, unless he specifically says. And what I mean by that is, like, you could be a business owner, or you can be a electrical engineer. Whatever you're good at, whatever you're gifted at, whatever you're drawn to, that you're passionate about, that's what you should do. And again, sometimes that's your choice to make, but it's good to make it based on what you feel drawn to, what resonates with you. Now, again, sometimes God will specifically say to you, I want you to do this. Need you to do this. He puts you in certain places on purpose. He puts you in certain jobs or businesses on purpose, because what he's purposed in you, you need to be in those places and areas for him to get out of you what he's trying to get, for him to do through you what he's wanting to do, because he knows. Now, the thing is, when you are in a place where you can decide those things, he still will do through you what he wants to do through you, because it's a matter of who you are being and what you are allowing to come through you, as far as God flowing through you properly. Because when you're doing the work, when you're feeding on God, you're eating God. And I say eating because that's what you're literally doing. You're eating him. You're taking him in. You're listening to him. You're taking his instruction. You're aligning with him. You're in relationship with him. You're intimate with him, meaning you just have a very close relationship with him. You're eating him. You're taking him in. So whatever you do, wherever you go, to whatever capacity, he can still use you. You will still be of service, and you will still be able to serve your purpose. Whatever it is he purposed in you, whatever it is he's doing through and in you. So again, the idea in manifesting is to know what it is God is manifesting through you, what it is that he wants you to do. And again, making sure that even when you have your own, because some things we desire on our own, and it's okay as long as it's in alignment with God. You know, like he said in his scripture, he would give us the desires of our heart when we keep our mind stayed on him. But the idea is that if our desires are in alignment with what's okay with him, what's good. We can't be desiring something crazy, something evil, or, something that's just not good for us, because he's not going to be in agreement with that, and he's not going to support that. And so the whole thing is, even when you have your own desires, your personal desires, God will fulfill them as long as you are in alignment with him with everything else. As long as you're checking in with him and you're following his instructions to move into the things that he's moving you into, and seeking and looking to manifest where it's in alignment with his will for you, with his purpose for you. And so manifestation, Godifestation. God manifestation. Because it's God, then man. God can manifest through man. God manifestation. But you got to make sure you have God in it. And even though we know, most of us do, when we are manifesting, we know who's behind it. But we have to be conscious, very conscious of that when we're doing it, because sometimes we can go off on our own, and just be on our own and be in our own strength and our own power, which means you kind of somewhat become your own God. And the thing is, you want to be careful with that, because you don't want to leave God out of it and make yourself God, even though he is in us, even though we are an extension of him. And in essence, we are him, but we are not him without him. We're not God without God. He's the big God. So, yeah. Anyhow, you need God to get your manifestations, and you want to get the God manifestations. What God has for you. What does God have for you? And let me say this, let me add this. Sometimes you have trouble manifesting because it's not what God has for you. And again, even if you do manifest some things that are not in alignment with what he has for you, you're not going to be happy with it. And not just that, you work too hard for it. Now, why do I say too hard? Because we're supposed to put in some work, but we ain't supposed to be working like 800 hours a week. We're not supposed to be doing that. So when you have to work too hard for something, many a times it's because you're in your own self. Because if you're in alignment, the action you have to take is very minimal. That don't mean you don't have to put in the work, because you do. But it's very minimal. Or at least for a short period of time, you might have to put in more work. It's like starting a new business. You might have to put in more time in the beginning to get it up and going. But after some time, when you got things in place, you delegate certain responsibilities to others. If it's that kind of a business, you don't have to do as much. So, manifestation, Godifestation. God manifestation. Godifestation, manifestation. God manifestation. It all should be flowing from God into man. See that? From God into man, which means man has to check in with God. So God can give man, and then you can manifest. And you want to do it his way. I mean, it's your choice, but the God way is better. Why? Because he created you. And he created you for a reason, for a purpose, and he knows the way. He knows the way. And he wants you to do it his way. He didn't create you for you to go off on your own and be on your own. Now, let me say this. It's okay if you don't you was off on your own and you didn't get that part? Because it happens. It's trial and error. We learn. We don't always know everything. We'll never know everything, but we don't until we're back with him completely. But it's just part of the process. And again, the fact that you're on that road to manifestation and manifesting, and you've had some successes at it, that's a good thing. Now you might be learning something on another level to step it up, to get you more progress, to get you more, prosperous, to take you to that next level. Because when you put God in anything, everything else is a breeze. Not always a breeze, but you know what I'm saying. God in anything is everything. Okay? God not in it is a nothing. So get your God manifestations today. So that's all I have for you all today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please click on that red subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Click on that bell right next to that red subscribe button so that you can get a notification every time I upload a new video. You can also connect with me on Facebook and Instagram at Patricia Booker and on Twitter at Kingdom Business 9. That is Kingdom Business with one S and the number 9. And so, y'all, that's my time. So you know what that means. She right here is out. Peace.